To make the cakes for our Kool Aid rainbow cake, you're going to need 3 white cake mixes, sugar, vegetable oil, eggs, food coloring. You're going to need red, yellow, green, and blue. I also have an orange that I'm going to happen to use, but you don't have to have orange. And you're going to need your Kool Aid. Here I've got orange, strawberry, lemon lime, grape, mixed berry, and lemonade. Kool Aid comes in a variety of flavors and colors, so it's up to you what you choose. Let's go ahead and whip up our cakes. To start the cake, I've set up my stand mixer, and I'm going to add my cake mix. Now the instructions for this cake mix call for 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, 3 eggs, and 1 1/4 cups of water. I'm going to go ahead and add the 1/3 cup of vegetable oil and the 3 eggs. In addition, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Now for the water, you want to take out 1/2 cup of whatever it calls for. So this calls for 1 1/4 cup. I'm going to put in 3/4 cup. You'll see why when we get to the next step. And I'm just going to mix this up for about a minute. The instructions call for 2. We want to do it for about half that time. I've gone ahead and divided my batter in half. You want to measure as close as possible so that your layers are the same size. And in this measuring cup, I have 1/4 cup of water. And to that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of my Kool Aid. This happens to be the orange flavor. And we're going to stir this up until we're sure all the Kool Aid has dissolved. Now that all the Kool Aid has been dissolved, we're going to slowly mix this into one of our bowls of batter. And we're going to add food coloring until we get this a bright orange. I've completed the orange. It's a really nice orange color. And now I'm ready to do the grape, or for our purple layer. And we're just going to do it the exact same way. The reason we left the 1/2 cup of water out of our batter originally is because we're adding these 1/4 cups into our halves of the batter that makes up for the 1/2 cup that we left out. I've poured my batter now into 2 8-inch prepared cake pans, and we're going to bake it per the instructions on the box, which says 29 to 34 minutes at 350 degrees. So I've got my orange flavored cake and my grape flavored cake ready to go. Now you're probably thinking, grape flavored cake, really? It's actually really good. All the flavors are somewhat subtle because we're only using a teaspoon of the Kool Aid for 2 cups or a little bit more of batter. Let's go ahead and pop them in the oven. The cakes have cooled. I've got all 6 layers done. I hope you can see the bright and vibrant colors. The Kool Aid along with the gel food coloring have made some beautiful colors that's really going to make your cake stand out. Now we're ready to start stacking the layers. I'm going to be using our snowy white buttercream frosting in between the layers. A link to that video is in the description. You can stack them in any order that you would like. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, and we'll be back when that's done. We've got our layers all stacked with our buttercream in between. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for a good 15 or 20 minutes to let the buttercream set in between the layers. It's such a tall cake, we don't want our layers to move. So we'll let it firm up in the refrigerator, and then we'll be ready to frost the entire cake. The cream between all the layers has firmed up. We're now ready to frost the entire cake. I used our snowy white buttercream and colored it this kind of sky blue, and that's what we're going to use to cover the outside of the cake. Things that I have for decorations is these candy coated chocolates. They're like M&Ms. They just don't have any logo. And they're come in a rainbow of colors. These rainbow colored candy sticks. And I found these and these at Party City here in town, but you can get them online. I'll put a link to where you can find those. And these little marshmallow clouds that I made, they're just marshmallows, and I just randomly picked off pieces to make them look more like little fluffy clouds than a marshmallow. Let's go ahead and start decorating. First thing I'm going to do to decorate the cake is just take the little marshmallow clouds that I made, and we're just going to put them around the base for a border. Next step to work on the sides of our cake is to take our candy sticks, and we're going to put them in between each of the marshmallows, and you want to make sure that they stand up as straight as possible. And then we'll take another marshmallow cloud and put it at the top. Sure it sticks in there. And we'll do that all along the sides of the cake. Now we're ready to decorate the top, and we're going to use these candy coated chocolates that are kind of like M&Ms. I'm going to put concentric circles around the top of the cake, but you can use whatever pattern that you want, or you can just put them on randomly. Let's go ahead and get that done, and our cake will be complete. Our rainbow Kool Aid cake is complete. It's just full of the colors of the rainbow and lots of fluffy clouds. It's just going to brighten your winter blues.